This is Greg Kelly. Donate now to Toys for Tots, which works year-round. Go to toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots supports children in need throughout the year with programs like the Toys for Tots Literacy Program. Established in 2008, it has provided over 63 million books to disadvantaged children. The Toys for Tots Literacy Program is committed to providing disadvantaged children with direct access to books and educational resources that enhance their ability to read and communicate effectively. Go to toysfortots.org.
Listen, all you New Yorkers.
Eugene, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Sunday morning, Easter Sunday. Well, like every Sunday, including Easter, we have Governor David Paterson, and he talks about our city, our state, our country, and the world. Well, Governor Paterson, what's on your mind today?
Well, John, first of all, happy Easter to you and everybody in the WABC audience, and even everyone that's not in the WABC audience. It's a wonderful day, and it honors people of different religions and faiths. And I was thinking, before we had this conversation, that, I am a Democrat. I did not vote for President Trump. I often don't agree with his policies, but when we went into Iran about a month ago, I thought it was the best thing he could do. And I thought that what he was going to do was be relentless toward the Iranians until they, surrendered and started and stopped blocking the Straits of Hormuz and stop attacking other entities that are around them. And up until, I'd say, about a week ago, it was going the way I thought. But when the president starts saying that we will beat them back to the Stone Age, the only thing they'll be able to give us is oil, and and these other statements that he's making. Meanwhile, what's left of their government is saying that they're not negotiating with us. They probably are not. But I think at this particular stage, based on where we are and based where they are, I think that just a quiet involvement with them to let them know, look, we're coming in. You've done a lot of things to us, and if you don't want us to do it to you, then let's just find the terms where we can work together.
Well, Governor, I was with President Trump last Thursday, and he does want peace, and he's given Iran every chance to have peace. And the one item that wasn't negotiable was nuclear weapons, because you can't trust, in my opinion, the Iranians with nuclear weapons. Look what they did with ordinary weapons with the Hamas and the Hezbollah and the Houthis. And then once they have missiles that can hit London and hit Paris, I mean, that is non-negotiable. And I cry because then we got problems with the Europeans that don't realize what the heck is going on.
100% right. In terms of the Iranians and nuclear weapons, it's like you're talking to someone that whatever they say back to you, you know it's a lie. Even if they had come to an accord with the president and said, we'll do everything except let us keep the nuclear weapons, he would be right not to take the deal, because they've already demonstrated what they are when they wind up with nuclear weapons. Now, the last subject you raised, John, is very interesting, and that is that the European governments, even some governments that border Europe, seem to be sitting on the sidelines waiting for us to win and then calling in with their requests. And his animus toward them, I think, is quite justified. Time after time, we have been the go-between, and even he, as much as I disagree with him at times, has settled, I believe it was 7 or 8 different feuds with different countries getting ready to go to war against each other in Europe and in other places as well. So I totally understand what he wants to do. I guess if he wants to do it, it should be as soon as possible so we can get past this and move on. And I think he's right. When we're ready to take them out, it'll probably happen in 24 to 48 hours.
You're absolutely right there. And I'm very disappointed in the British. I'm very disappointed in the French, even the Italians. I mean, we saved their butts how many times?
For the Italians, maybe too many to try to count, and particularly what we were able to do for them in World War II. We saved Great Britain in World War II, taking out Germany, and we saved France, who, by the time World War II ended, they were no longer a major country. They were counted that way when they started the UN, but they don't have the resources, they don't have the talent, they don't have the acumen and the capacity to build that we do. And it we've all had this happen personally, where we do a big favor for someone we care about, and they turn around and kick us. Well, you know where they kick us.
Yeah, I know where they kick us. But just look, President Trump is the only guy with the courage to do something about this. And look, he's not 100% right on everything, but I think he is saving the free world.
I think that I think that you're right. I think that the complaining is coming from entities that, when this is all settled, will have really nothing to complain about. Who knows? They'll probably act like they were part of it. But I think that he's got to. He is communicating. In other words, he let the media into his cabinet meeting a week and a half ago, and he went on television a couple of times in the last week. So that's good. In other words, that there's no secret here. But I think that the time to strike would be now, before this situation just starts to continue ad infinitum.
Understood. Well, David Paterson, Governor, you're one of the great governors of New York. Thank you very much for coming on this Sunday morning, and thank you for your common sense. And happy Easter.
Thank you, John. Happy Easter to you and the family.
Listen to this podcast now on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Leadership Thread with Dr. Peggy Polonis.
I'm Dr. Peggy Polonis. Join me on each episode where I unravel the story that shaped leaders, tracing the thread that led them where they are today. Because leadership isn't born in adulthood. And thank you once again for joining us on the Leadership Thread, education, ethics, and sustainability.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.